Hello everyone, let's do a weekly review on S&P 500, Nasdaq, Dow Jones and US 2000 which is IWM Russell. So let's start with SPY. So this is weekly chart of SPY which is S&P 500 ETF. This is my projection, okay? This is what I'm expecting. So basically there's this downward sloping trend line. If I remove my indicators just to give you guys a good idea. So you can see there's a downward sloping resistance. This is on a weekly basis. Look at how many tags we have. It's broken now. Okay, so it broke January 23rd, and now since then it's been going higher. Okay, one thing to note is we were making lower lows on a weekly basis, but PPO and RSI was going higher. Okay, so if you look at this RSI, we made a new low on 10th of October, which I think is the bottom. I don't think we're going to visit that. So, and then look at the RSI. So, October we made new lows, okay, but PPO was higher than previous time, which June 22nd we made a low, but this lows came on a higher momentum. Even same thing with RSI, okay. So this is a reversal pattern, all right. So now what we are doing, we are following this trend line very nicely. If you can see, this trend line is being followed. There is some resistance here on weekly basis, and also there are some gaps. So let me bring my indicators back. So what you can see now, we holding this support very nicely. There is very good support around 404, and also that's when this trend line is weekly 50 SMA line. So that's where we are coming. So we might come back test it, and then CPI is coming on Tuesday next week. So I'm expecting a dip higher. There's also this downward sloping trend line. How I got that? If I go to daily, you can see you can draw a line on daily candles, and there's some resistance here around 414. So if CPI is good, Monday I'm expecting a pump. Okay, Monday I think we'll have some pump starting Monday. At least we'll reach to middle of this candle, this engulfing candle, a day before Friday, Thursday candle. And then if CPI goes good, we're gonna break out. Okay, and my target on a weekly basis, you can see my targets are here. There's a gap here around 421, 421-ish, 421.38, and then there is another gap around 428. So what I'm expecting minimum 421.38 gap to fill. If things are good, we could even go as high as 427 gap to fill, and then I expect weakness in March, and then there is this downward sloping trend line on a weekly basis. I do expect this to test, but I don't expect this to break below this cluster of support here, which is around 384. So this could be anywhere depending on what day we reach to this trend line. This is an estimate. So this will be a really good buying opportunity. I know a lot of people missed out on this bullish rally, but that's what's going to happen, and that's what my expectation is. If we go to XPX chart, you can see same thing here. So same analysis on SPX, just to give you guys levels on XPX is 42.16. That's what I'm expecting to test, and then go back down around 39, 3800-ish area, and then bounce. Okay, keep an eye on that. All right, US 100, same thing, guys. Look at this. Price was going lower. It more looks like a double bottom look here. All right. So if I show you here, this looks like a double bottom. Okay. So and now we are breaking the neckline here. Okay. So usually the targets for these kinds of moves are you take the distance from double neck double neck bottom, and then you can plot it here. So I do expect 14,200 to hit sometime this year. All right, so same concept here. Let's quickly look at triple Q ETF to get you a better idea. So I'm expecting there are some gaps here. 322 to fill first, go down, test this downward sloping trend line, and then go up. Okay, and if I look into the target of this double bottom, which I showed you in previous video, if I let's quickly plot it like this, and this is the neckline which we are breaking. So it's around 340. Maybe there's a gap here, we'll have to check later, but around 342. Okay, so be mindful of that. Okay, so Usually tech moves along with SPY, so keep an eye on SPY. US 30, which is Dow Jones. Again, we are making a wedge, okay? And to get the target of the wedge, you can take the last end of the wedge here, okay? You can plot it depending on when we break out. You can take that distance. So it's reaching close to my target here, which is around 36,000. Okay, so I do expect next week to have a pump during CPI and next week, and then we could touch these previous highs around 34,800, then dump on this trend line and then break out. This trend line will come somewhere. This backtest will come somewhere in March, and then we'll break out. All right. US 2000, which is Russell 2000 ETF, same concept. This is downward sloping trend line. I do expect a pump. These are the tops, which is 2000, 2015. Touch test that, go back down, back test, and then pump again. All right. Don't be too bearish, guys. Don't listen to media. What other people are saying. Charts are screaming bullish, so we have to stay objective and be bullish until it's all done. All right, guys. Thank you. Take care.